Hey! Hello, everybody. We are playing some more Final Fantasy VII Remake today. I'm very excited. Let's see what, Oh my gosh, it's Karma, the first chat of the day. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so, I spent a lot of time, I think it was like last week, trying to complete all of the side quests in hopes that now that we get to the meat of the story that there would be a big tonal change, there would be a big change in tone. And I'm hoping that we're reaching the point of the story where things get more serious. So yeah, let's see what happens. I might be completely wrong, but this is my prediction. So, in fact, it's called The Day Midgar Stood Still. So, that's already a good sign.
2 goals. Goal 1, kick some Shinra ass and save the planet. Goal 2, save the girl while kicking more Shinra ass and get out.
I know, it's been so long since I've seen you guys.
Copy.
Oh, this is cool. I can see the chat on my phone. I'm learning new stuff every day. Wow. Okay. Notice how the music is a lot more somber.
Gotta be careful. No telling what's gonna collapse or when.
We are, I think, back in the ruins of Sector 7.
Where did Daddy go?
Don't worry, sweetie. Everything will be okay.
Oh, y'all gonna rub in my face the golf stuff. Alright. Alright, let's play Smash again sometime. Wow. Look at this.
Can you stand?
So, before this, we spent a lot of time doing side quests and essentially helping the in-game community. And a lot of those side quests were very fun and were very light in tone. It was stuff like find the chocobos or beat the gym guy in a pull-up contest, right? And now, after doing all that, the reason why that can be helpful in storytelling is because you're putting the audience in a position where tonally things are a lot more light. There's a lot of room for levity, moments of levity, and now we are going back into the more intense parts of the story and the more thematically driven parts of the story. Notice how all of these side characters are talking about some kind of... You see, like, you can literally hear her saying, why does this have to happen? Over here, this one character's like, where did Daddy go? Also, set piece-wise, we see everything literally crumbling down, so...
Hey, you guys might want to turn around.
A friend of ours needs
I miss you too, guys.
It's too dangerous.
For you, maybe.
Just try to be careful.
And I'm excited. Also, the music here is a lot different, too. A lot of the earlier music has been very upbeat and reliant on like a lot of electronic synths, unless we're in battle, where it'll just go into the straight battle themes. Ooh.
No turning back.
I'm through with you.
Time to burn.
Need a light.
Listen to this battle theme.
Here it comes! Get your ass out of here! Could be worse.
One thing these games never fail at, or Square Enix games in general, I feel like they're always so good at, is just creating such gorgeous orchestration. Oh, hold on, smash these boxes. But yeah, but like, a lot of the things that we're seeing here is purposefully put to create that, that difference in tone, in scenery, in music. Right before this, we were in I forget the names of each sector, but we were in like the casino town is what I call it, where things are very vibrant and fun, and wacky. And then here we're literally surrounded by rubble, by trauma, by characters trying to recover from the problems.
Gotta make a stand.
From Shinra's explosions.
Calling wind.
Bring it!
Chill out! Suck on this! Come on!
Go for it!
Want some more?
Come on! Yeah! Feel free!
I love playing as Tifa.
Give him your all!
Try this on the side.
Not bad.
Also, the fights are getting more difficult. Or maybe it's a skill issue on my part, but I'm noticing that my HP is depleting a lot faster, so things are getting more serious in every single aspect of the game. Also, this is such a cool set piece. This game is gorgeous. The world building in this game is so cool.
So that's where we have to climb?
If it comes apart while we're up there.
We've made it through worse, you know.
Yeah, no kidding. It's a miracle we haven't been killed a dozen times over by now. It's a dead end.
Wonder if this rope belongs to search and rescue.
Think we might be able to climb up here.
Time for the grappling guns. Try to aim for that part of the rope that's hanging there.
Don't screw up and fall. By the way, how well you do with this grappling gun will tell us a whole lot about you.
This is such a random thing to
Just
focus
remember,
on.
we can't come back down. Are you ready?
To use the grappling gun to reach high locations, you need to find a spot above you where the grapple can catch and hold. In a location where a grapple can be fired, there will be a rope coiled on the ground below. If you come across such a rope, look up and try to find a spot to attach the grapple. Amazing.
I think I see a rope hanging off the top bed.
It's a miracle we haven't been killed 100 times over.
Too easy. This keeps up, I'm gonna get bored.
Ooh, sudden change in music. God, I love this game.
Huh. We can take them.
We need to stay on mission.
I know, it was such a weird thing to focus on. Hey man, if you fail to grapple, we're gonna make fun of you for it. If he fails to grapple, he's dead.
I know. Saving Aerith is our top priority.
Also, I want to change something. Let's make this Fyra. Nice. Is that where my XP is at?
No holding back. Closure.
Oh, this is cool.
All right. Bring it home. This is gonna sting.
See how much, like, there's also a difficulty spike too. These guys are way more durable than the last people we've been fighting. Oh no, I think it's funny. No worries.
I said respond! Respond!
Can we take his walkie-talkie?
Hunter 2-2! Respond, damn it!
This is Hunter 2-2. Just had to put down a few monsters. Over.
Roger. Frickin' Avalanche making us put in OT. Probably cowering in the dark somewhere.
I agree, it's so visually appealing.
2-3 out.
Listen up! We ain't running and we ain't hiding! Y'all don't know the meaning of suffering, but you will!
Call was over.
Okay, so Barrett still throws in jokes every now and then, but other than that, things are getting more serious in the game. And the reason why that's important in storytelling is because it kind of signals to the audience that you're getting closer to the climax of the story, right? Or at least the climax in a specific arc of the story or moment. It signals a progression.
Not this guy again.
Come on, we need to get inside.
This game looks so gorgeous.
Why don't we use our grappling guns to get up there? Jump over all this shit.
Not much choice.
Hey, comforters.
It's them! Avalanche! 2-3, this is 1-4, we have contact!
I guess everybody and their mother knows we're here now.
God damn control!
Too bad.
Magic attacks to rapidly kill their shadow damage.
Going in. Burn. Don't overdo it.
About damn time! Bang, bang! I'm feeling a bit chilly.
Taking over.
What's the storyline? Oh, great question. So, how do I contextualize this? Essentially, there is this large company called Shinra that is using the life force of this planet in order to create some kind of energy for its society and civilization, right? However, because it's using the life source of the planet, this other group that we're playing as called Avalanche is going out of their way to try to foil their plans because their argument is that it's not worth the cost of sucking the life force out of the planet. And one of the big moral quandaries of the game is that whenever we do foil their plans, we end up destroying things, and sometimes that leads to explosions that hurt the surrounding communities. And so there's some hints of like, do the ends justify the means on both the protagonist and the antagonist.
Take it over.
Does that make sense?
So long.
They'll be coming for us now.
Where the hell was being subtle?
Sometimes, that's funny. That's what this game about? It's about, yeah. That's fascinating. Sometimes forget that video games have actual intense themes. Well, some do, right? You know, there's also games that are a bit lighter thematically. But this game is, I find, very interesting when it does lean into those themes, because one can make the argument that both the protagonists and the antagonists of this game are doing the exact same thing. I just wasted all this magic when there's a bench right there to heal. But yeah, because the antagonists are literally bombing an entire cities in order to put a stop to Avalanche, so that the company Shinra is literally bombing entire cities so that they can put a stop to Avalanche and so that they can resume their plans of sucking the life force out of the planet, because they've created a sort of sustainable energy source they've created an energy source out of that allows for the society to thrive in some areas, right? but in the process, they just bombed a whole city. But at the same time, whenever these guys are destroying macro reactors that are sucking the life energy, they make those reactors explode, and they hurt innocent people in the process. So both teams are sacrificing people in order to get to, in order to reach their goals. I think when the game is most intriguing, no, not intriguing, is most enthralling when it leans into, you know, that moral quandary. That's when I find myself the most invested. It's part of why I'm so excited to see what happens as the tone of the game gets darker and as we move forward.
You're done.
What he said.
Going in.
Appreciate ya.
Oh, we're done here.
I should play more video games. Oh man, video games are great. It depends, like, you know, what you're looking for in a game, but, you know, if you're looking for games with great stories, there's so many that have that. If you're looking for games that don't have much story but are just fun, like, gameplay-wise, there's a lot of that. It's funny, I feel like I've learned so much about storytelling from video games. And sometimes it can just be as simple as, why does this game make me feel this way? Or, oh, I liked this moment. What about it did I like? And how can we learn from that and apply it to other mediums or other types of storytelling, right? You'd think that, like, a musical is so far apart from a video game, but both have a beginning and an end. Both have characters. Both have side characters. Both have story arcs. Assuming it's a game that's story-driven, you know? In fact, when they made the original The Last of Us, they had an event where the people who acted in it, because a lot of it was basically motion capture, the people who acted in it, the actors who acted in it, they did a presentation where they acted out some of the scenes live, but it was staged just like a play, right? So theater in itself, you'll find in all different kinds of storytelling mediums, because it is the same thing in essence, just with different added things that separate them. Like in video games are way more interactive. What am I looking for? I don't know where to go. Oh. It's somewhere here. Video games are the final form of literature, but don't tell my coworkers I said that. It's funny. Oh my gosh, where is the... Oh, there it is. I'm surprised I couldn't do that from closer. Recently I've been playing a lot of Cult of the Lamb, and I find it interesting how the bosses react when you kill one of them, especially since they're so close to each other bond-wise. Haha! I have my phone next to me now, so I can see the full comments, even when I don't see it on my gaming screen. The grappling gun feels, a little wonky. Am I even going the right way? Now, usually to signal these this change in tone, that's probably not the best way to explain it. Video games feel like the crux of storytelling. They're so versatile and interesting to tell a story through a player's decisions. It's definitely a super fun one, you know? But a lot of times what we'll see is like an immediate source of oh, the story has gotten a lot darker. Usually you'll have like a side character die, like a very important one that's been integral to the story. I love it when the consequences of killing a boss have major impacts on not only the story, but your environment and the people the bosses were close to. I agree.
Don't stop now.
Say your prayer. Give it all you got.
Leave it to me.
Let's do this. You got this.
Keep it up, man.
Oh, that was cool.
Damn it. If any of this crumbles, we're all going down.
Like, I'm trying to think of examples of where stories will very clearly show that things are getting serious. They might have a comic relief character die, right? They might kill them off. Or, let's say that one big aspect of the story is a relationship between a character and his love interest. They might have those two break up or have a fallout, you know? Or halfway through the story, think of like, you know, think of Avengers Infinity War. Think of like which characters die halfway through the movie or 3/4 into the movie, which really shows you the gravity of the situation. And so ideally, not ideally, but if you really wanted to pack like the wombo combo of change in tone, you would find a way that it has all of these elements. One, visual change in tone, so like a literal, like you can see it, like either the thing gets darker or things get more bland or more scary, more destroyed. Musically, the music becomes more serious and a lot less playful. It can either be somber or it can rely more on instruments that usually signal like upcoming fights. So I'm thinking like brass ensemble or more string-driven things than synth. Oh yeah, I'll totally check out Code of Lamb. Exactly. You can see this. You can sense the change in the music, the color palette, the cast. The cast is a very big one. You know, think of like the ending of Act 1 in Epic. That's literally Odysseus is saying, "All right, now I need to become a monster."
Don't you ever forget this view.
Oh, that's pretty. Thank you, Barrett, for saying that. But yeah, but essentially that's the signal for, okay, when we come back in Act 2, we're not playing around anymore. Things are very serious, and so a lot of stories will do that.
Busting into Shinra HQ's got me fired up.
Save some for later.
That's why for a lot of musicals or shows, they'll talk about how the second act is a lot darker than the first. Really need to diversify my medium intake. I feel like my perception of a story is not as broad as it could be. You know what's interesting? I'm looking at you, My Hero Academia. Oh my gosh, I love My Hero Academia. I want to talk about that in a sec, but yeah, you know, it's definitely, there's so many different forms of storytelling, and it's a lot of fun. I love it when characters have separate themes, and when they team up / fight, their themes mesh together and make a bigger overall theme. It's great. I agree. I love that too. I think you're gonna. I love all of that. Yeah. I second what you say. I appreciate you bringing that up. Don't look down. I look down. My Hero Academia is actually a great example of this because the general premise of it makes you believe that it's essentially it's very lighthearted and that it's very playful in tone. And for a lot of it, it is. Especially because the setting is a high school. The characters are all high schoolers. But then when they want to hit you with some serious things, they'll bring the adults in and threaten the lives of those students. Did you take any inspiration from any recent musicals besides Hamilton? I mean, if I had to say, like, if I had to choose one, I would just say all of the famous musicals. So I'd say, like, you know, like, probably Phantom, Into the Woods, Les Mis. But definitely, I feel like more of my inspiration definitely comes from you know, this.
Hell yeah!
Maybe dial it back a little?
Rewatched the first episode of My Hero Academia, and I'm willing to retract my judgment that it's your spiciest take. I think, oh my gosh, I think it's again, I'm not saying it's the best first episode of an anime I've ever seen, but in terms of introducing the theme and showing us what the show is about, I think it is the best first episode of any anime. What anime do I recommend to start? Attack on Titan. Or My Hero Academia. Or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. But if I had to choose one for you, I would honestly just say Attack on Titan. Just because it's my favorite one. Wow, look at this. And think about this. I don't know if you guys remember the last playthroughs that we've been having of this game, but a lot of it was like...
Gonna take you all out!
One by one till you're all done.
A lot of it was like in more put together places, right? Right now, this entire set piece is reminding us of what's at stake because we are in the remains.
My turn.
Ooh, gotta love it.
Need a light.
Let's make this easy.
Oh, you guys saw the famous Edward episode? Yeah, that's a sad one. And Tokyo Ghoul. You know, I've only seen, I think, the first season of Tokyo Ghoul, and I forget if there was the second one or the third one, but they're like, I heard that it's not as good as it continues, but I'm willing to check it out again. Oh my gosh, it's the killing machine.
Hi. That son of a bitch is back. I thought we lost him.
I love how calm Cloud is.
Like there's only one way to go.
We were headed that way anyway.
Ah!
Oh my gosh, let me run! This is so annoying. Have you seen the show Made in Abyss? It's based on video game logic and I think you'd like it. Ooh, I'll check it out. That sounds amazing. Oh my gosh. This is so annoying. Have you tried not getting shot? I'm working on it. Oh my gosh. Screw it, I'm just making a run for it.
Keep it up.
Say your prayer. Don't stop till it's done.
Taking over.
Now, in video games, the way to do this is you have an extra layer of ways that you can signal this tonal shift, and it's difficulty spike. That's not to say that difficulties in other mediums of storytelling don't exist, right? It's just we get to experience that firsthand ourselves, because now it's literally, the enemies are a lot harder than before.
Keep those gloves up.
I'm trying to think of what the equivalence of that would be in another kind of story, just like a movie, right? And that would just probably be that the obstacles set in front of our main character are a lot harder. But getting to experience that firsthand as the player is just a fun way to experience, you know, it's a fun layer of immersion. Hi, hello, how's it going, everybody? How's it going, J.O.? Thanks for being here.
Time to kick ass and take names.
Yeah, let's do this.
Come on, burn. This is gonna sting.
Calling fire.
There we go.
Let's keep it up.
I've been warned not to watch Made in Abyss because I'm simply not strong enough to handle it. What is this show about? This sounds interesting. Like, I know, I hear it's, I know you guys are telling me it's inspired by video games, or has video game logic, but I'm very curious now. I'm just glad I'm not being turned into a frog like the last time. Oh, of course. Not for the faint of heart. What is this show about? I need to know now. One of those anime that start out cute and innocent, but have such a drastic and dark, brutal tone shift just suddenly. I mean, hey, I'm all for that.
Cloud.
See how the game takes a moment for us to really soak this in? All this destruction that's happened because of the choices of these characters.
I guess we'll build another bar.
Yeah. We will.
Literally looking at everything that they've
You'll help
lost.
too, won't you?
For a price.
That was a nice moment. Great moment. Ah, this music! This music is so good! Man. This music! Oh, I thought if I paused I could hear just the music. Oh, that music was great. That stringed instrument followed by the occasional bah!
Run!
Oh, it feels like I'm playing Crash Bandicoot now.
Run, damn it, run! Move your ass! Shit, look out!
Giant Abyss, the explorer's journey into for research. Layers to it, each one is more dangerous. Ooh, that's exciting.
Getting tired of playing tag anyway. Come on.
Time to burn.
Gonna make your eyeballs pop.
Allow
Alright,
me.
how do we beat this thing? Melee, lightning, and wind attacks rapidly fill its stagger gauge, but long range and magic attacks only have a slight effect. All attacks have a slight effect on stagger gauge, include during limiter override. How do I know when it's a limiter override? Deal a certain amount of physical damage to slow its movements. This music is so great. Something I've noticed a lot in Japanese orchestration is two things. One, a reliance on piano, which I think is always super beautiful. But also, and I've noticed this specifically in shows like My Hero Academia a lot, the string sections will be very fast melodically. Whereas what you might hear a lot in Epic, per se, other than a reliance on piano, but you'll hear a lot of times the string sections are usually in the back and don't have that much of a role in the main melody, whereas here you'll hear them go da 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 da, right? It's so exciting. Okay, melee, lightning, and wind. I need you guys to remember that for me.
I'm counting on you. Fuck on this.
Melee, lightning, and wind.
Let's do this.
Feel the freeze!
You okay?
That's exciting.
Grab on.
That was close.
Not done with us yet.
Yeah, I hear you. Let's go bitch out of the sky. You're up. Coming at you hard and fast.
I got this. Say goodbye. Deal with that.
About damn time.
Oh, this is so fun. Okay.
Taking over.
Come on. Guess it's my turn. Give them hell.
My turn.
Oh, this is so cool because it's making me use all of my stuff. Oh, did we stagger it?
What the hell?
Too bad.
Oh my gosh, what is happening? I feel like that thing's about to...
About damn time.
I like when Barrett quotes Lizzo.
Back on the lip. Oh, you gotta be shit, big.
Don't get caught in the open. Hang back. Here, it's on you.
Guess it's my turn. This, you got this.
My turn. Don't overdo it.
About damn time. Oh, you in trouble now.
Everything about this is so exciting because I feel like there are several things that make a boss fight like this very exciting. One, of course, and
Deal with that.
All right.
I literally feel like this can make or break a boss fight, is the music. The music is very cool, it's very well done, it's fast-paced, the melody is pretty. Oh my gosh, run, 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 run.
Here comes. You're up.
Stay strong.
Need to heal up.
So yeah, first one is the music, right? The other one is the setting. Now, ways that the setting can be exciting. One, let's say it's a place that has significance to the characters. Oh my gosh, wait. Oh my gosh, my friend is down.
Be careful. Get him.
Let's go. I used the wrong summon, I just realized. I should have used the other one.
Let that laser punch right through that barrier.
Don't overdo it.
About damn time.
Have you ever played Octopath? The music in that game is incredible. I have not, but it's on my list of games that I want to play. I've been recommended it before.
My turn. Take the lead.
All right. Watch and learn.
I can still fight. We gotta switch it up.
Let's do this.
Oh, the boss design is exactly. The boss is a whole lot of fun too. Like the actual enemy they have to fight is fun. So let's see what we've talked about so far. So we were talking about music has to be exciting. The setting has to be either it looks really cool or it has significance to the character, or in this case both. We are fighting in Sector 7, a place that has, was the home for at least 3 of these main characters. No, at least 2 of these main characters, right?
It's on you.
Guess it's my turn. Bring it home.
We'll get through this. Yeah, bingo. Take the lead.
Hang back.
Oh no.
Ooh, gotta love it.
Keep it together.
Yeah.
I can still fight.
Let's do this. It's on you.
Guess it's my turn. Bang, bang. You got this.
Don't give up.
Difficulty is very important too. If the antagonistic force or the obstacle in front of your character is too easy, it doesn't feel rewarding. That's why defeating Thanos in Infinity War and Endgame was so rewarding. Or at least that's why engaging with Thanos was so rewarding, because he was just, it felt like he was impossible to beat. And I know this is a controversial scene for some, but there is some merit to it, and that is the way that Thanos just destroys Hulk at the beginning just to show how strong he is. That's a very intentional choice.
Give him hell.
I can still fight. Take the lead.
Ain't dead yet. Going in.
Nice.
We win again. Not that there was ever any doubt.
I love when villains have weight both in universe and personally to the characters. We get to experience why the villain is dangerous. Yeah, and the more,
Now what?
I actually read something interesting from somebody else. It was from a YouTube author, or an author who also happens to make videos on YouTube. And her recommendation was make the villain and the protagonist hate each other. And of course, this doesn't necessarily mean that every single story should have this, but that she personally found it very interesting when, if you can make them, the more you can make them hate each other, the better. And I always think that's a lot of fun. I agree with that, actually. I don't think it's a mandatory thing, but I do think it's a fun way to, like, if you're unsure what the dynamic between your protagonist and antagonist is, make them absolutely hate each other. At some point. They don't have to start like that. Fun fact, in the song Mutiny, I imagine the sky to look like this.
Yeah.
That song, what is that, 24? Yeah, in song 24, I expect the background sky to look like this.
Hope everybody's warmed up.
Nice, that was a fun level. Now, we don't get a lot of footage from inside Shinra. And so then... Oh, that's the iconic shot. That's the shot of the game. Set and lighting design for Epic. I am too. I highly recommend, if anybody's ever in Vegas, check out the show Caw. It's a Cirque du Soleil show that is a technological marvel. Do you have a clear image in your mind of what you want the set to look like for Epic, or just a vague image so far? There are parts that are relatively clear in my mind, and there's a lot that is vague. Because a lot of times when I'm imagining certain things, I either imagine it as like a live action movie or as like an animated thing, or sometimes as in a video game.
Let's just think this through.
And then there are parts where I'm like, oh, I could totally see this on stage.
So, I got an idea. Frontal assault, guns blazing.
Yeah, Caw is amazing.
Story.
Why'd we bring you along again? Rear entrance. We'll get inside via the parking garage.
Okay, I think I can change my weapon now. Which one is the strongest? Or better question, which one looks the most badass? This one does look pretty badass. But I kinda wanna go with the Buster Sword. Yeah, we gotta go the iconic look. Alright. Cirque du Soleil is super sick. I totally enjoy it, but the show that I'm specifically referring to is Caw, and the reason for that is because a lot of Cirque du Soleil shows are very... I feel like the main aspect of it is it's
So they know what
it's like the acrobats, which is super amazing, don't get me wrong, but what also enthralls me specifically to Caw is its usage of technology, and it's just... It is insane. I've never seen... That is by far the coolest things I've ever seen on stage were at the Cirque du Soleil show Caw, and I think that just really reaffirms what I mean when I say I would love Epic on Las Vegas, or at least I feel like in order to get the closest to what I envision, I feel like Vegas would make the most sense as of right now, but who knows what'll happen.
We're here to rescue Aerith, remember? We don't need more attention than what we're gonna get. We need to be smart.
Yeah, I hear you. But my soul's screaming for payback, you know? I'm a ticking time bomb. And sooner or later, I'm gonna have to blow up.
Well, then make it later.
Oh, it's such a gorgeous game! Look at this lighting! Wait, where am I supposed to be going? I love how there's a bench here when we barely fought anything. This is making me want to play Cloud in Smash Bros.
That one there. That's a
Front row and
Shimmer
Epic
truck, isn't it?
for Epic in Vegas. I appreciate you. I love how the car didn't notice 3 large masses piling onto its rear. Like, how did the car not hear?
How's it looking out there?
How did they not see them? I'm done.
Anything? Nah. All clear. Roger.
Oh, that's the funniest thing.
Okay, head on in.
Do they not see the giant sword?
So good.
Being roast for everyone at the stage door. Y'all are so kind. I appreciate y'all.
Where'd you come from? Stay sharp.
You don't need to tell me twice.
Try me, okay? Anytime now. That's that. Hey, what's going on?
Ha, bring it on.
The idea was to not get noticed.
Stealth ain't my style.
You never planned to be stealthy in the first place.
Don't remember. Maybe not. Gonna make your eyeballs pop.
Man, also his combo moves look so cool.
That's that.
Just feeling like a proper party now.
Random question for the chat.
Should be a service entrance in the
Would
back.
you guys rather play an epic fighting game or an epic kart racing game? Think about that for a second. Like an epic fighting game, like Smash Bros. Or something, but with epic characters, or an epic kart racing game, like Mario Kart, with epic characters and epic items and stuff. Fighting game? Okay.
Tough.
Fighting game? Cool. Okay.
Coming at you hard fast. All right, watch and learn.
Thank you, by the way, for answering that. Very helpful. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing wrong with Tifa, but I feel like I never make her strong. Like, she always feels weak.
I got this. Don't overdo it.
Need my help, do you? Give him hell.
Hitting him with a final smash would be better than hitting him with a blue shot. Amazing.
No surprises there.
What do I ask? Oh, just, goals for the future.
Concentrate.
Who's next?
This game is so flashy right now. Now, because, I'm playing the game, I have somewhat of a grasp of what I'm doing. Because I'm clicking the button, so I understand, oh, when I click this button, he does this. But I think one thing that is very important in fighting scenes elsewhere is
Let's go.
visual clarity, right? I feel like if I wasn't pressing the buttons and I wasn't knowing, oh, he's doing a special attack and then he's doing a charge attack and a block and a counter here, I feel like I actually would not know what is happening sometimes because there's just so much flashing and lights. I will get back to my son. I will get back to my wife. It's so fun doing that anime screen.
Move aside.
Make way. Coming through.
You're mine.
Try me. You're out of here. It's on you.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. Finish him off. Fine.
Oh, I know you know.
You asked for it.
Hang back.
Man, I'm trained for this.
There's so many flashing lights.
Deal with that.
All right, watch yourself. Time for a serious ass whooping. That's gonna die here.
I see how, remember, what I was mentioning earlier was that the shift in tone is often signaling something, whether it's approaching the climax or approaching some kind of significant event in the story.
That's that.
And now we're literally raiding the Shinra headquarters.
Come on. We need to move.
We're no longer doing some frivolous activity like looking for chocobos or having a pull-up contest with someone in the gym. It's now we are in battle fighting for someone's life. Oh, that was a shop. Oh, and it just got really quiet. So I feel like we're about to have a boss battle. So let me just put another ether. See how even that, and on a much smaller scale, is like a shift in tone. We're going from really exciting to quiet. And now we are sitting here in anticipation for what's coming next. I feel like it's going to be a big boss battle, and I'm really excited. Alright, let's do it. Oh, I guess not. I really hope it's a boss battle. I see a big open space, and I think boss battle.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea where they might be holding Aerith?
I'm thinking a research facility. That'd make the most sense.
And where is that?
Upper floors. Maybe near the top. That's where you are.
Maybe.
Maybe we can use the console at the reception desk to find out. This building's incredible.
A shining monument to corporate greed. One of these days I'm going to tear it down and burn the rubble.
But not today.
Yeah.
See, that's so important too, because in the earlier sections of the game, we spent the majority of our time in what the game refers to as the slums, right? And now, visually and musically, it is so different from the setting that we're in now. Here, everything is super high-tech, and everything is very elegant and luxurious. Look at all the flashing lights, look at the glass, look at literally everything here, as opposed to the dirt and rubble from earlier scenes.
I don't think we should try touching it.
Shit, making life hard.
Let's just keep heading up.
And the music here is a lot more reliant on, I can hear a lot of like, not flux, but like some kind of electronic instrument in the background. I hear pads and stuff. Whereas some of the music from earlier scenes was a lot more rustic. Like, look, they have this nice cafeteria. Gotta have a good stream, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, J.O. Journey. Appreciate it, man. Authorized key card is required.
No getting upstairs without a key card, huh?
Think we're gonna need a few before this is over.
Pretty sure I saw one lying around.
Oh, the reception desk.
Yeah, but how to get in?
Go up and over, maybe? Look. Pretty sure we could reach it if we hop across those lights.
I don't know.
Another reason why this setting is so significant too is because Cloud continues referring to himself as an ex-soldier throughout the game. Hey, the epic guy. Hello, Fortissimo. So this setting is significant to Cloud because he spent a lot of time here, and the way they continually show that is by having him know everything is.
Aren't I always?
I feel no suspense here. Now, as much as I love this game...
Tifa!
Oh shit! Tifa!
Are you okay?
I thought I was dead for sure.
Now what? Is it gonna make me go all the way back up? What was I saying earlier? Oh, that as much as I love this game, I feel like there are a lot of artificial time consumers. Like that. What is... Anyways, chat, how long is the stream been going? One hour and 1 minute. Cool, okay, I think that's a good place to stop. Alright, so, what are we talking about today? What did we learn today? Shift in tone, right? And why that's so important to a story. There are different ways. First off, what is a shift in tone? It is, as the name suggests, when the story, whether it's the themes or the characters or the music or the visual style, makes a change in order to signal to you that something of very big significance is coming. Usually it means we're approaching the climax of the story, and thus we are getting closer to the confrontation, the final confrontation with whatever obstacle or antagonistic force. Now, different ways that we can do that are visual change, making things darker or scarier, or just something that shows a large difference from before. Musical change, for example, having the music go from upbeat and exciting to somber and dark. A change in cast, or characters, which might mean like one character has a significant change and now he's become a lot darker, or the comedic character has been killed off, or something. And if you can find a way to have all of those mixed together, then you have a very clear tonal change, and now your audience is anticipating what is going to come next as we approach the climax of said story. Yeah, and I think Final Fantasy VII does a pretty decent job at like including different aspects at the same time to show us that we are approaching a very significant event. And yeah, hopefully that's useful. If you guys are writing a story and you are trying to figure out how do I approach this big confrontation, have things get darker, have things get more intense, have things get more serious, and now the audience will start feeling that change. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I'll see if I can do another stream tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.